Hey friends and members of the Nerdy Baker Alliance, welcome to another episode of Taking a Bite Out of History. I'm your host, Jave Danielle, and I'm excited today. I'm excited every single day, but I'm especially excited today because we're going to talk about a dessert that's seen a few changes over the years, but remains a classic for the start of summer. We're going to talk about strawberry shortcake. I love this dessert. It's one of my favorites, and I can't wait to bake it with you. We're going to talk about the history, and we're gonna make some biscuits. Cue the intro. Did you know that strawberries can be found literally anywhere? They're indigenous to both the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere, and they've been found growing by the seaside, in the woods, in the mountains, you name it, strawberries are probably there.
Yeah, girl.
The strawberry was first described in literature in 1000 AD, and its first printed illustration was in 1484. The first descriptions published were more so about the medicinal use of strawberries versus the actual benefits and enjoyment of eating the fruit itself. For a period of time in the 12th century, strawberries were considered to be unfit to eat because they grew close to the ground.
Ew, David.
Now, this theory caused people to avoid the fruit altogether, and that makes total sense. They thought it was disgusting. They thought it was contaminated. Why would we touch it? But there was a man by the name of Charles Linnaeus. Charles Linnaeus prescribed himself this all-fruit diet or all-strawberry diet, and he survived. And people really took note of that. After people found out about Charles Linnaeus surviving on this strawberry diet, the popularity of strawberries increased. At that point in time, it's around 1831, and strawberries are being sold in London marketplaces. Now, strawberries got so popular that you could find a strawberry patch in almost every single home garden. Over time, France becomes a front runner for strawberry production. Now, I told you before that strawberries can be grown anywhere, and they're indigenous in the north and the south. So there were strawberries all over the place. Now, the strawberries found in North America were said to be far superior than the strawberries found in European countries. They were superior in their size, their flavor, and their appearance. I'm making the strawberry sauce for the strawberry shortcake. I already have the strawberries cut up. I'm using some fresh lemon zest, and sugar. And then I'm going to put this on the stove and let it cook for about 20 minutes. It will really help the strawberries break down, but also help maintain some of their texture. And it'll be nice and sweet with the pop of citrus. And that's what we love in strawberry syrup. Let's talk about the nomenclature real quick, because I think the name strawberry is interesting in itself. So according to my research, children used to collect the berries, and they would string them on pieces of straw. And when they would sell them as straws of berries. Now that's a cute little tale, but the most likely reason for the nomenclature of strawberry is that straw was used for mulch to grow the strawberries, and the strawberries would come up through the mulch. So they were strawberries. Here I'm adding the flour and a few other ingredients, like I think 2 tablespoons of sugar, some baking soda, baking powder, you know, the usual. I'm adding that to my food processor, and I realize, I guess about halfway through, that it's far too small. So you're going to see me struggle for a little bit. It just is what it is. Wise decision would be to take the flour out, put it in the bowl, fold in the butter by hand. But I was like, nah, we're good. Just keep going. It'll be all right. Trust the process. Now picture this. It's 1843 and you're in Cincinnati, Ohio. There are strawberry growers, and they have figured out how to ship the strawberries using refrigeration. They put ice on top of the boxes. Now, this development led not only to the increase in marketing, but also to the number of ways that people could use strawberries. They had access to them, so why not use them in multiple recipes? Now that the butter has been mixed into the flour, I decided to put everything into a big bowl to add the buttermilk. I did notice that I still had fairly large clumps of butter, but that's only because there was too much flour in that smaller processor. And shame on my mom for buying a smaller food processor. I thought she had the big one. She had the smaller one. I am deeply disappointed. I hope she buys another one so that I can go back to her house and take that one when I need it and it be of better use to me. Now, strawberry shortcake is generally a cake or a biscuit that's been topped with fresh strawberries and a creme fraiche or a whipped cream, and it's typically served during the summer when strawberries are the most fresh, the most ripe. Now, within American cooking literature, we see in 1847 the first recipe for strawberry shortcake. This was in Miss Leslie's Lady's New Recipe book. Earlier versions of the American strawberry shortcake were very different from the biscuit with the strawberries on top. They used a heavier crust, similar to like a pie, and it was filled with mashed berries and then topped with some sort of frosting. Now, I imagine if I saw that strawberry shortcake, I would not think it was a strawberry shortcake because it's giving pie mixed with cake. But they say that this is the version of the strawberry shortcake, so who am I to judge?
Who are me to judge?
Now, like most things, the recipe changed over time, and eventually the pie crust was ditched.
You're done.
And the biscuits were in.
I'm here, baby.
By the 1850s, this dessert was very common and very popular. And really, you would see this dessert served at almost every summer harvest party or any summer celebration for that matter. I top the biscuits with melted butter and turbinado sugar. You can also use milk and sugar or leave both of those out. I just like the texture and the sweetness that it creates on the top of the biscuit. And here are the biscuits. They look delish. I moved them all to one tray because I'm going to add everything here. I also sliced off the top. That's why this area looks a bit crumbly. I sliced off the top of 3 of these because I know that I'm gonna put strawberries, whipped cream, lid, maybe a little bit more of the creme fraiche, and a strawberry on top. But look at that. Oh my goodness, I wanna just, but I shall not. I shall wait. There was one more change that happened with the strawberry shortcake, and that's when they moved from whipped cream to creme fraiche. Now, the inspiration for this came from French chefs who were using creme fraiche over in France for their strawberry shortcakes and their Fraser cakes. So they brought that over here, and again, the crowd went wild. I lost a bit of footage along the way, but I wanted to make sure I explained this part. I'm making the whipped cream. I'm using 3 main ingredients: heavy cream, a little bit of powdered sugar, and vanilla bean. I'm also adding a wee bit of salt, and that's just to balance out the sweetness. I like making my own whipped cream. You can use it from the store, but really you got what it takes to make your own whipped cream. Now,
Assemble.
Strawberry shortcake is so popular that it has its very own declared day. So June 14th is Strawberry Shortcake Day, and it signifies the day that strawberries are the most ripe in their season. So you can find them incredibly cheap right now, incredibly plump, and incredibly delicious. So this up there. Woo.
So this is love.
Now I'm gonna top mine with their lid.
So this
Let's add a little bit more juice.
I'm all aglow. And now I know the key to all heaven.
Oh, that looks amazing.
My heart has wings, and I get
Just for the vine, in case we. Oh, that's rich. I wish you were here with me to try this. What? I can taste the flakiness of the biscuit, the butteriness of the biscuit, and then the creme fraiche or the whipped cream, whatever we want to call it today. Superb. The vanilla bean is coming through strong. Get it. Get it.
little lumps.
Thank you for joining me on this tasty and historical journey. If you like this kind of content, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. I love that we baked together today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.